In this Blender tutorial aimed at people who have little or no experience of working in Blender, I will show you how to create a very simple plant pot. Okay, before I start, I'll just point out that if you go into my YouTube page and select playlists, you'll find other Blender tutorials that may or may not help you resolve problems. I tend to put more answers to simple problems on my YouTube pages. There are some more complicated ones, like rigging and whatnot. But anyway, that's just a quick plug of my YouTube channel. Let's get started with this plant pot. Okay, as a default, you'll always find that Blender starts with a cube. So as you'll find with most tutorials, all that people do is just hit delete and remove it. Now, if you hold down Shift followed by A, this will be your add select up. And what you're looking for is something called mesh. And then next to this, select the cylinder. Now, as I've aimed this at complete beginners, I'll just point out a couple of things. Sort of moving around your view, you've got the options of either rolling your middle mouse, and that will zoom in and out, and holding down Shift and your middle mouse, you can drag your view around, or just hold down your middle mouse and you can move your view around. Actually, Shift and middle mouse is probably better for moving left to right, but anyway, you've got the options: rolling your middle mouse, holding your middle mouse down, or Shift and middle mouse, and this is how you sort of move your view. Okay, now we're going to need to go into edit mode, and the quickest way to do that is press Tab on your keyboard. Now up here you've got options of vertex select, edge select, or face select. Now you can use these, but the quickest way to do your different selects is at the top of your keyboard, not your numbers pad, the top numbers on your keyboard. Just press 3 and this will bring you into face select, and you're going to select the top face and then hit delete and select faces, and this will remove this face. Now I want to go into front view, so to do that all you do is simply press 1 on your numbers pad. Now I need to divide this up a little bit so I can shape it. So I'm going to come over to the left hand side and I'm looking for the little box that says loop cut, and I'm going to select this and then bring my mouse to the left. Now sometimes for some reason it doesn't always work first time, certainly on my computer. So anyway, back to loop cut and make sure it's selected, and then place your pointer to the left of the cylinder so you get a yellow line, and then left click. Come up to the move button, select this, and I'm just going to roll my middle mouse to zoom in a bit. And you should be able to see a couple of little squares. So all I'm going to do is just drag this up using the blue arrow and my left mouse button. So it's about 2 squares from the top. I'm going to come back and make sure I've selected the loop cut. I'm going to place another loop cut, and I'm going to literally use the move button again, and I'm going to drag this up so that it's virtually in line, but not quite, with the next bunch of edges. So if I just hold down my Shift and my middle mouse, I'll just show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to just drag it up. It doesn't have to, make sure it doesn't go past. It has to be just below, fairly close, and that will do for that. Now I need to select the very first 2 rows at the top of the vertices. So if I just press 1 at the top of my keyboard, This will bring in the vertices. And you've got something called X-ray up here. It says toggle X-ray, or you can just hold down Alt Z, and this gives you an X-ray view. Now if I hold my left mouse button down and drag a box over the top, this will select the first row of vertices. But I need to select these here. So I could try and box select this, but with these selected, it's easier just to hold down Control and then plus on your numbers pad. And this will actually select another row of vertices. So that's Control plus. Now I want to drag these out on the XY axis. But if I just, the normal thing you would do is just press S. But what this will do is have this sort of effect. So if I just press S and then Shift Z, it will exclude the Z axis. And then I can drag this out so it's about half a square, just a little bit more than half a square. And that is all I'm going to do with that particular top of this pot. Okay, I'm going to turn the X-ray view off and by pressing Alt Z, and then hold my middle mouse button down just to rotate the view a bit, and then press 3 at the top of my keyboard to come up to bring up the face select. I'll select the bottom face, move your pointer away sort of to the left or right, and then just press I, and this will allow you to move your mouse to inset the bottom of this, what will be a pot. So I'm going to just bring it into something like that. This isn't an accurate science. This is just showing you the basics. So I'm going to just insert this to here, left click to accept, hit delete and select faces, and this will create a hole. And the only other thing you need to do, which I probably should have done before I created the hole, but we'll carry on, is again using Alt Z, go into X-ray view, maybe press 1 on your numbers pad to go into versus select, do a box select along the bottom and press S. Just drag this in so that each edge is about 3 squares in from its original setting, and Alt Z to come out of X-ray view. Yeah, the hole's fine. So that's looking quite good. So I'm relatively happy with that. I'm going to press Tab to go into object mode, or you can select it up here. And what you're looking for to the right of the screen is the little wrench. It says modifier properties. Select this, and then select add modifier, and then select solidify. Now you've got this thickness up here, it'll say 0.01. Just use the little arrows next to this on the right hand side and just select this until it's, I don't know, 0.3, no, let's go 0.5. So it's 0.05. And also place a tick in the box next to even thickness. Using the arrow, drop down arrow, just select this and select apply. Now one of the problems with simple shapes in Blender is if you right click while it's selected and then select something called shade smooth, you'll lose all the definition. It won't look very good. Now there's a lot of things you can do in the edit mode, but for simplicity, one quick way to resolve this problem is come back over to the add modifiers, making sure the wrench is selected, and select bevel again. And I'm going to just take this 0.1 down to, I don't know, 0.01, and then maybe put an extra segment in, and this will sharpen up your pot. Again, use the drop down, select apply, Now you've got some view options to the top of the screen, which you can use to select. So typically you could select viewpoint shading, or you can just press Z on your keyboard. And I will use material preview, this one here. And this will give you more of the sort of what the color looks like. Now, if you come down again to the right, you'll see a little sort of world. It will say materials properties. Select this, select new, and then select the white band next to base color. Just literally drag this little dot all the way over to the left and down towards the red, so you get a kind of terracotta color. And that is a very simple plant pot made using Blender. I'm not going to go into anything else. This was aimed really at somebody who's never created anything in Blender before, so hopefully you sort of got the gist of what you need to do and it's helped someone. Thank you for watching. Cheers.